Cards chat, what is going on? It is late. It's 4 a.m. I'm in Northern Cyprus, but I wanted to check in. Just finished up a live series here. We'll talk a little more about that and a couple other concepts. But first of all, I just want to say it's good to be here. Exciting times, World Series of Poker. Hope to see many of you, and please come say hello if you do see me walking around or at the tables. As long as I'm not in a hand, feel free to come up, say hello. I'd love to meet some of you, and don't ever feel like you're bothering me or anything. I enjoy this. Is the most fun to me is meeting people, having someone say I like this, or I've seen you on Cards Chat, I've seen your stream, I've seen a YouTube. I mean, that kind of stuff is cool, and I love to hear that if you guys are enjoying that. So please do not hesitate. But here, I just want to flash over. Let me hit this. Where am I at? I'm getting confused. It's so late. I'm so tired. But here is, let's just talk about tournaments, poker, being results oriented, and what that kind of means, and as well take a look here real quick. Let me just play this clip for you guys because I don't like showing bad beats, but I just want to kind of highlight and emphasize on a point. And this was from a recent stream during the World Poker Tour, the World Online Championships. It was the 5K main event. Pretty sick. Got him for 109 to get into a 530 into the 5K, and was 12 at 33 for $960,000. This hand, let's play it and then we'll talk about it.
Yeah, I could flat. I think that looks fishy. I mean, the problem is he's just going to have like ace-king. Come on, guys. Energy. This one's a fucking mat. There's a lot of chips in the middle. This has jacks and queens, too.
I wish he had jacks or queens. Tens. Ace-queen. Ace-king. Any of those hands would have been better than that. That hurt. This hurts. It's part of the game. Massive pot to be like
God, dude.
2 or 3 out of 33.
Fucking on, bro.
Oh, excuse the French, but let me just kind of, all right, let me get back to it. This isn't the point of this is not to show you, oh, I got unlucky or whatever. This is really about talking about not being results oriented. Like in this spot, we are 12 at 33, taking chances. Of course, kings, that hand kind of plays itself. Maybe, Steven is a great player. I was chatting right afterward. I was texting with him, telling him good luck, but he kind of said, yeah, once he made it that size, he was sort of committed. Tricky hand. He could flat pre. He could also 3-bet for less and fold. Once he did that, it is what it is. But the point I want to make is in these type of tournaments, when you're playing, I've been playing poker a lot of years. This was one of the biggest equity pots I've ever lost. I mean, it was stream equity. I'm live on Twitch. All that jazz is great, but I got 24,000 as you see, and it was 960K to first. I think the ICM on this pot was 6 figures, so massive blow. Really hurt. Was in the moment really felt bad, but the good news is that I'm building chip stacks. Right, I have got. I was 12 at 33. That was to be a top 3 stack, and taking chances, playing a lot of pots, and you don't want to focus on the last hand. So here we take a bad beat, but again, kings and nines. Ace, king to queens, jacks to tens, these type of hands kind of speak for themselves. I want you guys to really be focusing on the other hands, the blind on blind spots, when you're folding 10-3 suited instead of limping, or, some spots where you're just passing up. This is where the game is won and lost. I just want to really emphasize this, as I know a lot of you will be going in the World Series of Poker. There's some great action online. And I just want to tell you, do not worry about taking a bad beat, because the hands play themselves. You really got to focus on the other parts of the game and really look to improve. And that's something I'm excited about, because I have been working hard on my game, been using paired on Raise Your Edge. I've been doing stuff. I've been seeing that I'm missing a lot of spots. And instead of coming in, limping in to a tournament where you're, you might make the money. Like, I'll give you an example as well. I could almost do this as a separate video, but just now in the main event, 3 million guaranteed, 5K buy-in, really nice event. Great action. I had 6x starting in the main event on day 2. I was about 20-30 off the money. I ended up shoving 4s on the button for 18 blinds, about 15 off, maybe 20 off the money. And a guy made a light call with ace-8 off. I got knocked out. But guess what? This is how you win tournaments is, you're going to bubble sometimes. You're not going to get that min cash in a big buy-in, or, at WSOP. I know you guys, you may be at the World Series coming up this fall, and it's like, oh, I've never played this event. It's a 1K, it's a 2K, you're 8 off the money, and it's like, oh, I have jacks, or I have, ace-7 suited, and I'm blind on blind, and it's scary because I don't want to bust. But, a lot of these spots you want to take, you want to be aggressive, you want to put pressure, and you got to realize other people don't want to double up, other people don't want to call off. So, just realize that it isn't about the result. Don't worry too much about min cashing. You want to give yourself a good opportunity to win. And I'm feeling passionate. I'm feeling excited about poker. And I feel like there's been a big shift in my game. And there's a reason why in some of these big fields, big events, big buy-ins, getting more chips, getting deeper. Because when you bust a tournament, you want to bust a top 3, top 5 stack pot. You want to be 12 of 30. You want to be 15 of 50, playing big pots and mixing it up, because that is where it's won and lost. You'd rather take a few first, second, thirds than take a lot of 10ths, 12ths, 15ths. And I think this is something that a lot of people need to really evaluate about their games and be a little more propensity to risk instead of risk adverse down the stretch. And don't be afraid of bubbling. Don't be afraid to bust. Of course, you all want to get a Hendon mob. Myself as well, right? Like I'm in Cyprus. The last event I cashed, but I actually did pass up a spot on the bubble, stone bubble, where I knew it was the right play to shove, and I didn't. It's kind of contradictory to what I'm telling you, but the point being, what I'm trying to emphasize here is go for it. Don't worry about the last hand, and build stacks. Do your best, have fun, and if you're at the World Series, say hi to me. That's the gist of what I'm saying, you guys. I hope you are enjoying, and I hope you do ask me anything in the Cards Chat forums. I got to catch up on that, and I do try to get to many of those as I can. So if you guys have questions, if that made sense to you, again, don't worry about the last hand. Focus on other hands that are, may not be so obvious, like blind on blind spots that you're passing or checking back in the big blind. Get familiar with those ranges. Work on your game, and give yourself the best chance to win with playing big pots down the stretch. Thank you guys so much. Sorry, 4 a.m. here. I'll be back in the USA for the World Series coming up very soon. Can't wait to see you guys live at the tables and be sharing some hopefully really good runs and successes.